French class and French sophistication. These are just a few. Hi, I'm Gabby and welcome back to another edition of The Fragrantician, where here on this channel we talk about nothing but fragrances. So in this edition today, it is a top 5. It's 5 fragrances that have French class and sophistication all over them. It's fragrances that are just pure, in my opinion, pure sophistication. And they may not appeal to everybody, but I think these fragrances can be worn every day. I think these fragrances are quite sophisticated, quite elegant, and they're French. They have a French sophistication about themselves. Sophistication is the word. They are completely sophisticated. So let's get into it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is by Guerlain, or Guerlain, and it is Shalimar Flanker, the Soufflé Intense. Now, this is a flanker of a flanker, because it is a flanker of the Shalimar Soufflé, which is a flanker of the original Shalimar. But the reason why I've chosen this one is because it is a benzoin based fragrance that is completely French sophistication. It is French perfumery. Now, Guerlain fragrances are some would say designer, others would say niche. They are very, very easily accessible. So I class all of these fragrances as quite accessible. They're designer, but they're still quite accessible. It is a strong vanilla fragrance. It is Tahitian vanilla. It is such a beauty of a vanilla fragrance. It is a soft, spicy fragrance. I keep spraying it in the air because in the air this fragrance has an aura about it. It has a bubble about it. It has that benzoin, which is that resin from the vanilla, and it is a vanillic fragrance. It is probably the sweetest out of the fragrances. Now, you know me, I don't really do too sweet, but this is spicy vanilla sweetness. It's a beauty. Guerlain really know how to take a fragrance and just give it a sense of magical quality, and this was a blind buy for me, and it was a successful blind buy. I wasn't sure because of the vanilla in this, but the vanilla in this is just, it has a sweetness about it which is enough sweetness that I can take, and it is a spicy vanilla cake. That's the only way I can describe it. It's a spicy vanilla cake, and it's truly elegant, truly classic, truly sophisticated, truly French. Guerlainshalimar Soufflé Intense. Again by Guerlain, but it's a flanker of La Petite Robe Noire. It is the couture version, and I chose the couture version because of that beautiful iconic dress. But it has a note of raspberry in. And the raspberry is tart but sweet, and it is again elegant and sophisticated, but I would say it's a little bit more demure. It's not as in your face as the previous one. Although that was sweet with vanilla, this is a demure woman or a man. This is a demure person. This person, I would say, this person is for that somebody who thinks about things logistically and is a quiet, refined person, but still knows their own mind. This is what this fragrance reminds me of. The raspberry in this is absolutely beautiful. It's not a smoked raspberry like Haute Couture by Givenchy. It is a sweet, delicate, slightly tart raspberry with the patchouli in this, patchouli and amber. Beautiful, stunning. A gorgeous, sweet fragrance, but you still have to like patchouli in this. So, yes, beautiful. Guerlain, La Petite Robe Noire, Couture. The next one is a Chanel. Yes, and it is good old Coco Mademoiselle. Now, this fragrance was not a first love. However, it grew on me. Now, this is fruits and florals combined again with amber and patchouli. Citrus, it's a citrusy, floral patchouli scent. It's strong, it has stellar performance. It oozes class. It is for that person that just walks through, sachets through, knows their worth. When I think of Chanel, I think of my diva sister, Keitra. She is a Chanel lover, and I imagine Keitra, who is bougie to the max, she wears this and the Intense, but this wins it over. It's a classic. It's been around now for 20 years. It's either loved, revered, or it's not liked. For me, it is a love, and I just think it's a staple, elegant, sophisticated fragrance. French sophistication. I mean, it has heritage, it has ethos. It is... it's balsamic, it's beautiful, it is elegant, it has poise. This is for the person that wants poise. Coco Chanel, Mademoiselle. The next one is by the House of Dior, and I've talked about this a lot, I know, but it had to make the sophisticated French list in French Perfumery. It came out in 2004, and it is it's your white floral, but it's heavy on the orange blossom. The orange blossom sings in this, with a little bit of jasmine dancing through, and sandalwood, white musk, white amber. It's very bridal, but it's very elegant, it's very crisp. It has a bit of a dual personality because you can wear this in the colder months as well as the warm months. It has that, it's like it is a floral, a flower, but it blooms in a black forest. This is how I describe Pure Poison. This is the reformulated. In my eyes, it's just as good as the pre-reformulation. Again, has stellar performance. It has brilliant performance. When I first wore this years ago, it was a love at first sniff when I was living in France. No, tell a lie, I wasn't living in France because it was 2004. So when Richard and I were on a holiday once in France, I first smelt this years ago, and I badgered him and I badgered him. I really love this fragrance, Pure Poison. And in the end, I had to buy a full bottle, and I got through that full bottle, and we renewed our vows when I wore this fragrance 9 years ago, and so I just had to get another bottle, and I absolutely adore it. Beautiful, stunning, magical white floral with sandalwood and musk, clean, sensual, and a little bit, dare I say, between the sheets. I don't know, it just has a magical quality about it. Dior, Pure Poison. And the last one in my sophistication, in my list of classic French perfumery is by the house of Diptyque, and it is Lombre dans l'eau, which was, as we all know, Lauren Bacall's signature scent. This is your classic, crisp, blackcurrant and rose, and those green leaves that you can smell. It has some earthiness about it, but it has clean musk that runs through. Now, when I wore this, Richard went cuckoo over it. He could smell it all down the hallway. It has fantastic projection, not the best longevity, but fantastic projection. It projects, and while it's on your skin, it keeps projecting on my skin, and then as it dries down, it then disappears. But I quite like that, because it's not a fragrance that bothers me, because some fragrances, when they're really projecting and projecting and projecting, they can bother me sometimes, but this doesn't. It is a classic fragrance, sophisticated fragrance that you can wear with a crisp white shirt or dressed up to the nines. And that's what I like about these fragrances. These fragrances are completely versatile from daytime to evening. Absolutely stunning, beautiful, and it has that little, this fragrance has a little bit of a chypre quality about it. I don't know whether it's the rose in this, but the rose smells, I've said it before, like a geranium, so it has a little bit of a minty quality about it, crisp minty quality, but the rose is there. But the green leaves are there, and the blackcurrant is there as well, and I love it. Sophistication to the max, this fragrance is. Diptyque, L'Ombre dans l'eau. So those were my 5 French sophisticated fragrances that I would use all year round, completely versatile. But fragrance is what you think it should be for you, not what for others think it should be for you. So bearing that in mind, because opinions are so subjective on fragrances, wear whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want, if the case may be. So you've been watching another edition of the Fragrantician. What are your top sophisticated French perfumes that you would recommend? Comment down below. But until the next time, remember, elegance is not just about what's on trend. True elegance is eternal. See you in the next video. Ciao.